Hey guys, what's up? I'm here with a 60 card Dracoslayer deck profile. So yeah, let's get into it. First off, why I'm on 60. I do not think the deck has a problem with 60 at all. I actually like it. It makes it so you see your bricks less, in theory. So you'll pretty much never brick on 60. The deck also doesn't have a very strong side deck because super heavies obviously can't play any spell or traps. So you can't play breakers unless you're just going to side that engine out. And obviously, Mulcharmies are nice, but I'm on budget, so I can't afford those either. So the side isn't very strong. So I actually don't think 60 is terrible. Only problem with 60 is you're not going to be able to see Ash or Called By for the Mulcharmies as much as you want to see them. But other than that, I think the 60 is perfectly fine. But let's get into the profile. So first off, I get the main deck. Triple Majesty as always, triple Ignis, triple Dynamite, triple Luster, double Master. So we're playing a rather large package. I'm usually on one of these maximum, if any. And usually you don't want to run more than two of these. Most of the time, I actually kind of like this card, but you can obviously brick on it. But I actually like this. This ratio for 60 is not bad. This actually helps you see low scales more a lot though, so I actually like that. Moving on, we got the Magispectors. We're playing basically max Magispectors. It's triple Bunboko, triple Yada, triple Yamarashi, and one Kirin. I wouldn't run Ogama or anything like that. We're not playing, easy access to that, and I don't want to play the Magispector trap cards. Really, I think the N-Bird's strong enough, obviously. So we just run this. But you want to run as many wind level 4s as possible. You'll see later we're on Revolution Synchron, and the extra deck monster that we play in order to get into Ignister easily needs a wind level 4. So you want to max out on as many of these as possible. So this Yamarashi actually isn't like a dud in a lot of hands. If you're opening this plus other stuff, it's really, really nice. And then Kirin obviously helps you play into boards. You can put it on end boards in certain situations. Moving on, we have the super heavies. Nothing to say here. Triple Wakaushi, triple Motorbike, double Banky, one Soul Piercer. Nothing special here. I was actually thinking about running the Soul Cart guy, like the cart guy, the one that searches for Wakaushi. I was thinking about running him, to be honest. Just whatever gets you to Wakaushi is super strong. And on 60, you want to be able to see this engine more. That's another problem with 60 is that you're not going to be able to see this as much. But you're also not going to be bricking as much. So you don't need to see this technically. But obviously this engine's the best part of the deck. It's the strongest part of the deck. So you want to see it as much as possible. But we're on 60. Next up, got the triple Rev Dragon. And then the triple Joker to search that. We're on triple Joker because we're on the Amorphages as well. I think the Amorphages are super, super nice. Really solidifies your win. So we're on this to be able to search Rev Dragons without having to use our Beyond the Pendulum search. Moving on here. Triple Disablaster, triple Revolution Synchron. These two kind of work together hand in hand. So this is always like a free extender. Unless of course you're going second and your opponent clogs up all the zones. This card can be dead sometimes in hand, which sucks. But obviously Majesty needs to pitch something, so it's never going to be a dead card. You can obviously also use this as a scale as well. And then we also have the Revolution Synchrons. This is a bit of goo. Got this from Uzman. You use this with the Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. So this plus any level 4 gets you this, and then you use Revolution Synchron effect since you have a level 7 or higher Dragon Synchro to dump a card, summon itself, and then you can make Ignister summon Majesty, and then you can go full combo, basically play through Nib all the time. That's why this is so strong. And then the Disablaster plus the Synchron by itself is just Ignister instantly, because this can Synchro from hand for level 8 or higher synchro, or level 7 or higher synchros. And this is a level 8 synchro dragon. So that works out perfectly. So that's why we play this. Has just a bunch of synergy with the deck. Moving on now, we have some generic cards like Astrograph Sorcerer. Obviously, you need to play it in any Pendulum deck. And then we got the Amorphages. Again, I really love these cards. They strengthen the end of the board a lot. If you're on 60, you're not going to see these as much whenever you're going second and stuff, whenever you need them to not be bricks. So I like playing them. Moving on, we have some non-engine triple Fenrir. Obviously, this is a non-engine card because it helps you play into boards and stuff, but it's also super useful going first. Just be able to go for your Beyond the Pendulum plays. Obviously, search a copy of yourself. That's a pre-pitch for Majesty. Moving on, we have Triple Ash just to stop that Mulcharmy as much as we can. It's the only hand trap we play. Obviously, you don't want to hand trap stuff like Snake Eyes because they'll just shove this in your back row and then you'll die. So this can be dead in hands against Snake Eyes, but it's obviously nice into Furos. That's why we play it. Moving on, Triple Talents. This card is just really necessary if you get hand trapped to be able to rip a Nib. Obviously, Nib is not in a lot of people's decks now because Impulse is a card. It's also just not as powerful this format since Snake Eye's able to put up a easy Omni Negate with Azamina, and then Tempai's the best deck, and that card is obviously terrible against Tempai. So you're actually not going to be seeing Nib as much, so it would be most people's sides. So if you win die roll, you're pretty much always winning. And this card really solidifies that. If you get hit by a hand trap or two, being able to talents take out the last one, just go full combo, and your opponent is super, super valuable. And then going second, this card you're able to take stuff, try to go for game, or just drawing is super, super strong with it. You know that your deck has so much gas that you're always going to be hitting live cards. So this is really solid. Now we got Wind. It's a brick, sucks to see it. One Called By, and one Sky Iris. Now we get the extra deck. It's nothing special. One Beyond the Pendulum for our Link 2s. One Crash Sheep. One Seals. One Early. One Exceed the Pendulum. One Promethean. One Trigate. One Ambloel. So, the Raging Phoenix that I was borrowing, my friend needed it back. So I'm on this right now. This strengthens your end board a lot, but you aren't able to OTK as easily. But honestly, it's really not a problem. I found that most of the time whenever I was going Zelantis OTK, that it was kind of overkill, and I probably could have just done it by looping Ignister some more. But this card can help you. If for some reason you're not able to set up a Morphage lock, you get hit by stuff like Dark Ruler or whatever. This card's able to be another disruption in Graveyard. Moving on, we got one Zelantis. We got the Starlight Singularity. I'm always going to have to flex this. So nice. One Dugaris. One Baguska. You need this. I was playing around with Nightmare Griffin, and I kind of like it because you just have to play the one Nightmare Griffin instead of both of these cards with the combos you're going for most of the time. But it's really just bad, to be completely honest. You need to fire so your princess is live, and the Griffin takes away that. Plus, you need Place for Shifter, so the Baguska is better for that. So at the end of the day, playing this and this is definitely correct. I wouldn't mess around with Griffin. Moving on, we got the one Clearwing Fast Dragon. Obviously, you know what this does. It's also sometimes relevant when it comes to breaking boards. This can actually negate extra deck monsters, make their attack 0, I'm pretty sure. So this will come up sometimes if you're just breaking boards. But honestly, a lot of the time, this effect won't even come up. It's kind of funny. You can just pendulum summon this as well once you've linked or synchroed it off or linked it off. I don't know. Maybe you're trying to link this off. You can go for Beyond the Pendulum with this card, which is crazy. But you can actually pen summon this, which is really nuts. And then we got the one Ignister. Obviously, it's the best card in the deck. Makes the whole thing work. And then we have the one Dynamite or the one Dinoster. It's part of the combos. But yeah. I actually don't think the deck's terrible. Nib's out of a lot of people's decks. I haven't been playing the deck a lot, to be honest. I've been on a bit of a side quest with Melodious. I've really been enjoying Melodious. I played Melodious and Supreme King Melodious. So I played those at 3 locals. I went 7, 1, and 1 on Supreme King Melodious for one of them, and then Pure Melodious for 2 of them. So that deck is really, really solid. But so is this. And I want to make it work. So I'll let you guys know whenever I go undefeated with this. Hopefully keep you posted. All right, hope you enjoyed.